What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope everybody is enjoying their Labor Day weekend and is ready to go for the week that is. If you got that extra day off, then God bless you, man. But if you got to work, then hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? But anyway, so on this episode, I'm going to be talking about WWE Bash in Berlin. Um, Went down Saturday afternoon in the United States, Saturday night in Germany. And the last time WWE was in Germany was before this weekend was way back in 1997, man. So that Raw that they taped over there in Germany featured the finals of the European Championship tournament, which pitted Owen Hart against the British Bulldog, and uh, and Owen Hart it came out on top as the European champion. Um, so man, what a and then WWE was in town for, of course, SmackDown and the premium live event Bash in Berlin. So we're gonna talk all about that today on this episode. So kicking off the action, the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship was on the line when Cody Rhodes defended against Kevin Owens. Basically, the story here was these two had a friendship, battling the bloodline, and Cody deemed that Kevin Owens, KO, was next in line for a world championship shot and gave it to him. And these two, despite Kevin Owens teasing that he was going to turn on Cody several times during the feud, he did not. And these two had a very, very highly competitive matchup. I enjoyed it, and Cody ended up coming out on top, retaining his championship, and Kevin Owens. We got to see what's next for him. And it was, like I said, it was a very, very highly competitive matchup. Several instances, it looked like Kevin Owens was about to get the win, but he did not. So next up was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line, pitting the team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Uh, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire won the Women's Tag Team Championships in their home country of Scotland back at Clash of the Castle earlier this summer. And they've held on to them ever since. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair have been in the hunt, uh, trying to regain their championships, and they did just that yesterday at Bash in Berlin, becoming their two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So major props to them. Next up, was a strap match. CM Punk took on Drew McIntyre. Obviously, these two have been feuding for a long time. Ever since the Royal Rumble in January, where CM Punk came back, Drew McIntyre injured him accidentally, and these two have been at each other's throats ever since then. This particular part of the storyline being about the bracelet that CM Punk wears around his wrist with his wife AJ and his dog Larry's names on it. Drew McIntyre took that from him, and this feud has become very, very personal. Um, and here's a little fun fact: if you saw the show and you were paying attention, CM Punk actually wore the same exact pair of trunks that he wore when he left AEW in his final match last August at Wembley Stadium before returning to WWE in November. So that's a little tidbit, and in his post-show interview, he took a dig at AEW also when he said he's going to take a hot shower, find some donuts, because if you remember during the All Out press conference, the infamous All Out press conference back in AEW. He was actually eating muffins while he was up there answering questions from the press. But he said he's going to take a shower, find some muffins, and then watch the winner of the Randy Orton Gunther World Heavyweight Championship match, which we'll get to in a second. But CM Punk picked up the win over Drew McIntyre in the strap match. The object of the strap match is the two wrestlers are tethered together via a 15-foot leather strap, and the winner must touch all four corners of the ring in succession without having their forward momentum stop. If their forward momentum stops, then then it starts all over again. And then then if their forward momentum stops, then the competitors must start again. Like everything gets reset. So basically, you can't touch three corners, have your opponent stop you, and then touch the last corner to win the match. No, you have to touch all four corners in succession. So CM Punk was able to do that. He hit Drew McIntyre with 3 go to sleeps to do so, and got his bracelet back in the process. So, yeah. What do you call it? Next up was Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, known as the Terror Twins, in mixed tag team action against the Judgment Days, Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. So, story here was, SummerSlam, the event before this, earlier in August, basically will forever be known as the implosion of the Judgment Day. So Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest got their lost their championships at the behest of other members of the Judgment Day, and Rhea and Damian were out for revenge, and they got it against Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Great match, the crowd was very, very hot for this match, and that's the thing with international crowds. They are unbelievable. Like the noise levels and the way their passion for professional wrestling is unmatched. Yeah. So anyway, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley picked up the win, and then after Rhea Ripley pinned Liv Morgan, so we're probably going to get a rematch at the Bad Blood pay-per-view coming up on October 5th between those two. That remains to be seen. And then it was your main event of the night. It was the World Heavyweight Championship being decided as Randy Orton looked to become a 15-time world champion when he stepped in the ring with Gunther. Gunther won the championship back at SummerSlam off of Damian Priest, as I just mentioned, and yeah, this was a very, very competitive matchup. Randy is looking absolutely jacked, probably in the best shape of his career, man. At up about like he's 290 pounds now, but he is absolutely jacked. He's a machine. And Gunther, for a big man, he's got himself in great shape too. Gunther was a good guy in Berlin, man, because Austria is not too far from Berlin. So, and he cut his chops on the on the European independent scene. So, Gunther is definitely a little bit of a hero over there in Germany, and the crowd gave respect to both men. Like I said, very, very hard fought competitive matchup, but Gunther was able to pick up the win over Randy Orton and retain his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. As for what's next on the main roster, like I said, Bad Blood coming up in October. in good old Atlanta, GA. So we're just gonna have to see where everything goes from there. But before we get there, of course we have the SmackDown moving over to USA and NXT moving over to the CW network. In SmackDown in about a week and a half, and NXT at the beginning of October. So it's gonna be a fun month before, and then of course Raw moves to Netflix on January 6th, 2025, as we found out during the post-show press conference. But anyway, Bash in Berlin was a great show. Great way to spend a Saturday afternoon, man. You know, I really enjoy what WWE is doing with the pay-per-views now. It's not so much about having 12 matches and trying to get everybody on the card. It's having great quality matches, and not having so many. As long as the matches are great quality and they have great storylines, and the performers are able to tell a story, that's what matters. Quantity doesn't matter. You can have 30 great matches, but they can mean nothing if there's no story behind them. So yeah, I love WWE's new approach to shorter pay-per-views and just putting on better quality matches. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I, of course, will see you guys on the next one. Peace.